So this goal is take our first family RV road trip by August 31st.
Look at how happy she
I'm
is.
so happy,
Oh my
guys.
goodness.
I love trips.
Welcome back to another episode of In Comes the
Money
where we discuss life, business, and relationships.
from the perspective of millennials.
And that is us. So, D, what's going on with you?
You forgot your name again. Pekens and
Oh
Deniqua.
my goodness. My name is Pekens.
And my name's Deniqua.
Okay, so now, Deniqua, what's good with you?
What's good with me? Just really excited that the year's kind of wrapping up. I know 2020 was definitely, pretty crazy, but there have been some exciting things that have happened, and I think it's just really nice taking the time, the end of the year, to really regroup and reflect on everything that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, kind of what we're doing in these episodes, but then also just, for ourselves, just, reflecting on what we're grateful for that happened, and, just really being hopeful for the new year that's coming.
Yeah, I know for me, I haven't been sleeping much. Well, neither of us have. We've been on this Clubhouse app. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but that thing is addicting.
It is. Even before we were about to record this episode, I was getting, it's called pinged, where people are telling you, hey, we're in this room, come join us. And I'm like, but I want to join, but I don't know. We got to record this episode. But I'm like, but I kind of want to join. I just want to see what they're talking about. You have major FOMO.
But it's we've been telling ourselves that we want to connect with with our audience, and that app is such a great way. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, please do. And then maybe we could be in the same room together and share thoughts and ideas and perspectives. But we're going to go into all of it in a future episode. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we're going to have some bonus episodes where we talk about Clubhouse specifically, but that's just Clubhouse. We haven't been on it for long, but it's definitely, hooked us for sure. So stay tuned for those. But really, this episode, what are we on? Episode 6 now?
I think this is 7. We're on 6.
Whatever number we're on. This is the second part of our goal setting episode. Yes, it's episode 6. It's setting goals. This is part 2, and it is titled, Where Are You Going?
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the last episode, please do so, because it talks about assessing where you are when coming up with goals, and just doing an honest audit of yourself and where you are right now. And in this episode, it's talking about where are you going and what are the goals that you actually want to accomplish and how are you going to do it. And we're also going to share a little bit about the goals that we want to accomplish for this upcoming year.
Yep. So watch part 1 if you haven't already seen that, because this is part 2. But before we get into that, we have our Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
So would you rather live your entire life in a virtual reality where all your wishes are granted, basically any goal you set, anything you want to do, you get to do it, everything is achieved, or just live in the normal real world?
Man, that's okay. Can I go first?
Yep, you can go ahead. I already know what I'm going to choose.
That sounds like heaven. But at the same time, it's you might get bored easily. If nothing is a challenge, you could just wish it and it comes true. I say that, but I still would, do the virtual reality and have all my wishes come true. And when I get tired of that, I'm going to wish that I was in the real world.
Nope. You can't do that.
No.
No, it'd be a simulation in a simulation.
It'll be a boring version with a whole bunch of restrictions, because that's what life is. Life can be, very restrictive. You can't just do it's almost like increasing the challenge level of the virtual life. Like if you're playing Sims and then you can say, okay, I want it to be difficult.
Nah, you can't.
Am I cheating?
You can't simulate real life. That's the whole point of the virtual reality. It will never be reality. It's always going to be you're always going to know that it's not real. Even if you say I want this to be real, make sure you trick me into believing this is real. You're still going to know, because you have all of your wishes are granted. There's that. I don't know. There's something nice about like being challenged and having to work hard, and it actually gives you something to strive towards. If everything is just given to you, at some point you're just going to be like, well, like I could just get everything I want. Like there's no, I don't know,
I
like
know.
there's no like purpose. I feel like
There's no growth because you don't have to grow in order for you to
get everything you want.
get everything that you want. So I know that this will spoil me, but I've experienced real life, and I figure, this is different. I'd take a shot at it.
See, but we've watched shows and like, what was that one that Amazon had this show where it was
Upload?
like, yeah, the Afterlife
Afterlife.
one where like you could get like anything you wanted, and they were basically like waiting to go back to real life, and like it's never going to be the same. Like
not
it's always,
authentic.
yeah, it's always going to be like some like imaginary like life you're living. Like even the other like people in it, it's all fake. And I think the beauty of us like experiencing virtual reality is like we know that we can go back to like real life,
Yeah.
because the virtual reality, it's like a game, it's fun, but actually living in it 24/7, that doesn't sound appealing to me. It just sounds like something to try but then go back to real life.
I agree, and I want to try it. Like I said, I know the negatives. I know that I'll be super spoiled, and my reward system will just be knocked off balance, and that is super dangerous because then I'll just want to be a vegetable and not want to do anything. But every wish that I want to come true, I'd want to try it, see what it feels like, and then up the challenge level a little bit to simulate real life.
I don't know. I like the idea of what you're saying, but I wouldn't want to risk not being able to experience the real life anymore, because what you're saying is you're hoping that the simulation of the real life will be fulfilling enough, but if it's not, that's all you've got. Like I almost feel like me being able to like work towards my goals and being able to, technological advances are happening every day. Like they're going to come up with a really real feeling, and just like a virtual reality that seems so like real that I can just go into, put my goggles on and just like experience it and then come back to real life. So I wouldn't risk being trapped in that like virtual reality world. That's just, I don't know, that's kind of scary to me, only because of the shows that we've seen, like being stuck in that, like that sounds like Black Mirror.
It is. It is. So I don't know. It's not a perfect solution. And life ain't perfect either. And I love the real world. But, I've never experienced being able to just get everything that I've ever wanted. And I love being able to like accomplish my goals and work towards it and grow and all of that. But this is just something new that I've never experienced, and I'd be willing to try it.
All right, so we're torn. So I would rather live in the normal real world, but Pekens would rather live his entire life in a virtual reality where
You'll be there with me.
with all of his wishes are no, the virtual Deniqua would be there.
Yeah, the virtual D.
She won't be the same.
She won't.
No, she won't.
But I don't know. We can work out all the details. But that's our would you rather.
But yeah, but let us know what you guys think. What you would prefer: the virtual reality where everything you want, all your wishes are granted. Basically, any goal you set for yourself, you can achieve just basically magically. There's really not much
work to be done.
Exactly.
But you can increase the difficulty level. I think
you could also turn the difficulty off and just get whatever you want.
Yeah,
That's part of the problem. Or would you rather live in the normal real world? We definitely would love to hear what you guys
basically
think.
What you're used to right now.
Do you want your life now, or do you want a virtual life? All right. So let's just jump right into it. So again, in the last episode, we discussed the importance of assessing where you are and using that assessment to figure out where you want to go, and basically using that to set goals for yourself. And we also touched on SMART goals. And just to recap, SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So really, when you do this, be really thoughtful and intentional about the goals you're setting for yourself, because you want to set yourself up for success. And, we actually did we made SMART goals ourselves. And you have anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, yeah, if you create goals just to without really having any thought behind it and making sure that it is something that you can actually accomplish, then you're just going to get super discouraged. And if you're discouraged, you're not going to want to do the goals. So definitely, if you can look at what your goals are and then see if they're actually SMART based off of the that acronym, then you'll set yourself up better.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to talk about the tips, or you want to hop right into our favorite goals?
So accomplishing goals can be really hard. And for me, I may know what to do and how to do it, when I want to do it. And, the goal might be a SMART goal, but then actually executing it and accomplishing it can still be difficult. And some of the things that's worked out for me is holding myself accountable. And this might work for you as well. So one of the ways that I hold myself accountable is using tools and resources such as to-do lists and project management apps and stuff like that, so that you don't have to keep everything all in your head and just rely on your memory. You can rely on your computer or your phone's memory so that it can keep track of all of the tasks that you need to accomplish and why you're trying to accomplish it and when you're trying to get it done. And just having that alert constantly saying, hey, remember, you said you wanted to do this, get it done within 5 hours, or else the alarm will ring. Now, if the alarm ringing isn't enough for you and you need someone else, you need something else to kind of remind you, tell someone that you trust, get an accountability partner, tell someone that you trust what your goals are and say, hey, D, I really want us to grow our podcast and release 2 episodes a month. Can you help us do that? And then she'll say,
yes, of course I can help.
Yeah. And then she'll remind me and say, hey,
I'll remind him.
She will. So she's a great accountability partner, because when I forget to do something, she'll be like, remember, you said that this is something that you want to accomplish, so let's get to it. In that way, I don't want to disrespect her time, but I can easily, if it's just a goal that's specific to just you can easily disrespect yourself. But then when someone else is involved, like if it's a mutual goal, I don't want to hold anyone else back. So that kind of gives an additional pressure. Now, if it's something that's just related, that's just specific to you, tell someone that you trust that specific goal, and maybe they can help remind you and motivate you.
Yeah, for sure. And I did want to add to that. So he said some important things would be to like set alarms and everything, but also you can expand on that a little bit more, and you can set check-ins for yourself, or if they're mutual goals, you can set regular meetings to measure your progress against those goals. It doesn't have to just be something you do in the beginning and then at the end is when you kind of see if you made the goal. Like if it's really helpful for you. And I mean, it is probably helpful for a lot of people to have those check-ins to see, okay, so I started doing these things and I'm this, far towards my goal. I'm halfway done. So like for us, for example, if we have the goal to do the 2 episodes a month for the podcast, it's the middle of the month. Did we release anything? Because by then we should have released 1. So just figuring out what's going to be helpful for you to achieving the goals, whether it's, doing the to-do list, having the accountability partner, or even just setting regular check-ins for yourself to measure your progress against your goals.
Yeah. And another thing is, don't overwhelm yourself. Like, there's only so much time in the day, and you might want to do everything, but you really can't. So prioritizing your goals is very, very, very important, because if you know this comes before that, something has to come before another thing. And so if you can prioritize it based off of importance, what matters to you the most, then you won't just be looking at this big dark cloud just looming over your head that just seems impossible to overcome. So if you can make it just a little bit more, easier to accomplish. Or if you just say, I want to accomplish every single thing, you're not going to do much. But if you say, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that, then you can easily move forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Okay. Do you want to jump right into our favorite goals?
Our goals. Okay.
Wait. So before you say that, basically, so to help you understand this process of, setting goals, we do this. Well, we try to do it every year, but we will sit down and have a meeting with one another and basically come up with a list of goals. They include personal, they include professional goals, family goals we have for our relationship, and basically just a ton of things that we would like to accomplish in the upcoming year. So we compiled a list of our top ones, but obviously we have a ton more. But these ones are they are definitely SMART goals, and it's just a mix of some of the goals we have for the year, and hopefully you guys find them interesting and can kind of understand how we do this process, so maybe you can replicate it in some way for yourselves.
And we're telling the world because that's kind of a way of holding ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
Because any viewer can say, hey, did you actually accomplish that goal? And then we'll be like, yes, or we'll be like, not yet.
And some of these, so we're a little bit, we're proud of our goals, but some of these we are a little scared to share because, there's always that fear of like, what if we don't do it? But, that can happen with any goal. Sometimes our wants, our perspective, and, maybe we'll reassess, like how we talked about in the first episode, and decide that we want to take some of our goals a different direction. That's okay. But sharing it with you guys, it helps solidify them and make it real. So as we're, striving towards these, we have you guys as our accountability partners also.
Yeah. So thank you. I know you didn't ask for this, but you got the job.
Yep. We just made you guys our partners.
Okay. So this isn't in any order. And we didn't want to put all of the goals because we have a whole bunch more within a Google Doc that we share so that we can look back at any time. But these are just a few of the ones that we have. And the first one is to buy our first investment property by July 31st of 2021. We've been wanting to do something like this for a while now. We've talked about it. We've discussed what it looks like. We've envisioned it. And basically, we want to have like a duplex or more and be able to live in a building or live in a house.
A unit.
Yeah, live in a house that a tenant can help pay our mortgage for.
Yeah, so this concept is called house hacking. So it's basically when you buy a property and you live in one of the units and you rent out the other units. So we're super excited about this. This is something we've wanted for a while now, and this year it's our goal. So by July 31st, we will have that property, and we will be real estate investors.
That's really not that far away.
I know it's not. So specifically for this, like there are little mini goals that are attached to this. Everything from, getting our pre-approval, securing our financing, making sure we understand the numbers for our investment property so that when it does become when the property we want hits the market, we're ready. And then everything from, putting in an offer on the property and getting it and then closing on the property and then figuring out if there already are tenants there or getting our own tenants. So it's just a whole bunch of other things. But to simplify it, that's our goal. But there are things we can do to measure our progress against it.
Absolutely. So like Dee said, there's a lot of micro goals within this goal that need to be accomplished. And one of them was to educate ourselves on the whole process. And that's something that we've made a ton of progress with because you are actually a real estate agent helping other helping clients with this exact thing. And so I think that puts us at a really great advantage.
Yeah, for sure. But obviously learning every day, especially like on the investor side. So this is an exciting first step towards, our future of investing and just a lot of the things we have planned for our future for sure.
Yep.
Okay, I'll read the next one. So you guys know that I love to go on vacation, and Pekens,
I'm good with it. I like him.
He kind of likes it. He loves to attend the vacations. So this goal is take our first family RV road trip by August 31st.
Look at how happy
I'm so happy, guys. Goodness. I love trips. Like, so we were actually going to go like right now, but then we were like, wait a minute, winter might not be the best time to like basically like try out an RV trip. We're like,
for the first time.
Yeah, we're like, maybe we should do like spring, summer, fall kind of thing.
I just started thinking of like, what if we get stuck in the snow? This big behind RV. That wouldn't be fun.
It wouldn't be fun. And, you know, with the first goal of having the investment property, we don't really know when that's going to happen yet. So honestly, we might push that goal back just a little bit so we have enough time, depending on when we close on the property, so we can get our other goals situated. But that would be an instance where we're reassessing and figuring out if we need to move it. But definitely next year, we're going on our first RV family road trip, and I am thrilled.
So every year we try to go to somewhere new. It could be a neighboring state, as long as it's new to us. And yeah, this is just a specific example of, one of our adventures for the year.
Yeah. And we have some of our friends, they recently went on a road trip. It wasn't an RV road trip, but they like did a vlog of it, and it was just super cool. And, you know, we're definitely getting inspiration from our friends.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to say their channel.
Yeah, if you go to TheJoshuaHaynes, that's the YouTube channel. They're an amazing couple. They're vlogging, and we're definitely trying to learn from them and get inspired by like what they're doing, and then we can do ours and kind of
for sure. So we'll put a link to their channel in one of their most recent road trips if you want to check it out. But yes, they're doing some cool stuff, and I'm definitely adding some of these things to my bucket list that they're doing, just because, you know, you can always go somewhere new, and that's, I don't know, it's just super exciting for me.
Yeah, and since we're still learning about this, let us know if you've ever been on an RV road trip and what your experience was.
If you have some best practices, some tips you want to tell us, so we don't have to learn from our own mistakes. We can learn from other people's things they've done wrong. And
what's a good path? We're starting from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So that's the second goal. So this third one, this is a personal goal of mine. It's not really a mutual goal, but Dee's going to be my accountability partner.
Of course.
So I love music and I love making music, but I haven't made any music. The last music that I've created, the last piece of music that I've created was actually the intro song for the Incomes to Money podcast. So that was an amazing project because it's completed. You know, like I have so much.
Wait. What's the intro? You wanna play it right here so they can hear?
Income. So we recorded the vocals.
I know, and I can't sing, guys. So you know he did some stuff. He put in work on this song.
Yeah. So we did the vocal recording, editing, the beat. Like it was literally nothing. And from thin air, I created the beat and the melody, the recording.
And don't underestimate, it's only about 10 seconds, but like the amount of work that has to go into 10 seconds, like is insane. So imagine like him having these goals of creating whole songs now, like.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. But I also acknowledge that the reason why that project got completed was because it wasn't just my own. It was there was other people involved.
There was me saying, when is this going to be done? Like, I need this. Are you finished yet? Like, so asking all of those questions.
I guess I got to get it done.
All that pressure.
Yeah. So with this is a little bit harder because this is just me, you know? So it is still something that I want to do. So I'm putting it on here. It's, and hopefully you can help me accomplish that. But I want to record and release I want to complete 2 songs by September 30th.
September 30th.
Of 2021.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
I'll
keep telling myself that.
And this next goal we have is actually business related. So some of you may not know, but we have a business, an Amazon FBA business where we sell swaddle blankets. And we started this business 2019.
The end of 2019, and then we started actually selling the beginning of
this
2020.
Year. Yeah. And we did it, and we were so excited to launch our first FBA business. We learned so much. Everything from getting a supplier to product photography to launching a product to getting reviews to just the whole Amazon fulfillment process.
Creating the brand.
Yes, just like all of it. And it's been amazing, really. But what we realized as we did our reassessing is that we have so many things going on that we really need to narrow it down to the things that we're passionate about and the things that we really want to focus our energy towards. And we realized that the Amazon FBA business, it wasn't in that category anymore. It was a really cool venture when we started, but that passion isn't there anymore. And we realized it's okay to let that go. So our goal is to discontinue our Amazon FBA product by December 31st, 2021.
And it might sound like a step back or something negative because, we're discontinuing something, but at the same time, we're going to feel like we have a little bit more free space in our minds. There's one less thing that we have to think about, and we can always do it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And if you're interested and you want to buy a product, click the link because we do need to get rid of all of our inventory before we can discontinue.
And they're good blankets.
Yeah, they have awesome reviews on Amazon. We'll put the link below so you can purchase. But yeah, that's one of our goals. It sounds a little sad, but we have so many other things that we're excited about that we're not looking at it as a negative thing. We're looking at it as that was an awesome experience to learn and grow, and now we're going to grow in other ways.
The more mental space that you have for the things that you do have a lot of passion for, the better it is. Because if you don't have a lot of passion for something, it's just going to waste your time. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you're not doing yourself any favors. So yeah, that's a goal, and we're gonna do it.
Yes.
We actually skipped one. We mentioned it earlier.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is related to In Comes the Money.
Yes, this podcast, the episode that you're listening to right now, or the show that you're listening to right now.
Yeah, so we realized we haven't been really consistent with pushing out our episodes, and for the new year, we'd like to record and release at least 2 podcast episodes each month. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great goal. We definitely set out to do that, but I think just with having a podcast and having multiple social media platforms and profiles, or just managing our profiles on those platforms, it can be a lot to kind of keep track of. So we just need to make sure that we keep ourselves on track with recording and releasing and making sure that we're getting you guys this content in a timely manner. So you guys, can keep along with the podcast as you're listening, and know what to expect, because there was, I guess, 1 month that we only released 1 episode, and, we just want to make sure we're providing a consistent experience for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a goal that we both definitely, that's an example of a mutual goal that we both agree needs to happen. And so we'll be each other's accountability partners for that one.
For sure. And then this last goal is actually, it's personal to me. So this year was my first year in real estate. So I have some I have a number of goals, but I have one really top goal for the year is that I want to help at least 12 individuals or families achieve their real estate goals. So basically like an average of 2 a month. And I left it kind of general for the real estate goal is mainly because people have different goals, and I'm really excited about helping that many people. I think it's an awesome goal. Some people may think it's not that large of a goal, but I figure based on a lot of the other things we have going on, I think it's a reasonable goal, something to strive towards. And yeah, I'm just really excited about being able to do that. Real estate has definitely turned into a passion of mine, and
You've been doing a really good job, by the way.
Thank you. 2020 definitely made me realize that I definitely have I found my calling, and I'm really excited for what 2021 has to offer.
Yeah. Do you mean one family or a month, or two families a month?
Two. I said one?
No, you said two.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We said 12 individuals or families.
Oh.
So 1 to 2?
Yeah, 1 to 2. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, so at least 12, but hopefully more. I believe that I'm really, really good at what I'm doing. So being able to help as many individuals as I can. But again, we're trying to make SMART goals. So I need to actually put a number to this. So I chose 12. But ideally, I'd like to help as many people as I can.
Definitely. And you will. I'll be your accountability partner. You know?
You're so sweet.
I try. So those are our goals for the new year. Hopefully, this gives you a little bit of insight on who we are and what we're trying to accomplish. But also, hopefully, you were able to pick up on some of the strategies that we're going to try to implement for ourselves, and maybe you can apply it to your own goals. So that's our that's our hope.
And one thing I want to say is, if you already have a goal that you've set, leave it in the comments. We'd love to see your goals, hold you accountable to them. Like, definitely feel free to connect with us if you want to comment, or, even just send us a DM on Instagram, or a message on Facebook. We would love to talk to you about your goals and, just kind of help keep you guys accountable. We are hoping you guys keep us accountable. So we'll be your accountability partners for sure.
Yeah, and if you have Clubhouse, add us on there.
Oh yeah.
And then we could talk. It's like a phone conversation.
It is.
Anyway, like we said earlier, we'll have another episode talking exclusively about that. Mm-hmm. But this has been a really good experience, a really good, exercise, and we hope you've learned at least something from this, and you can take something out of it so that you can accomplish your goals for the next year.
Yes, we loved making these goals, and it definitely it's a very interesting exercise being able to do that, because it takes a lot of self-reflection. Yes, a lot of self-reflection to really think about what you want, and then to actually talk about it and bring your dreams and your goals to life. It's a very therapeutic process. Yeah. So definitely, even if you only set, one SMART goal for yourself, just definitely try it out. Keep an open mind, because you never know kind of what goals or dreams might come forward through this process.
Yeah, and to give you an idea of what our larger goal list looks like, it's actually split up into different categories. So we have our own personal ones where, I might have, we might have business, mental health.
I can tell you right now, I'm going to bring it up. Sorry, I got to scroll. We got a lot of years worth of goals. So, health and fitness goals, business goals, music goals, real estate goals, and then the whole section specifically for joint goals, where it's relating to incomes of the money, our investments, our finances,
our
marriage, leisure, case and related, our son. So we really try to break it down and really get specific with the things that we want. And then as I look back at some of our previous years, everything from, planning our wedding and getting married and moving out, we've really been doing this.
All of it.
Yeah, we've been doing this for years. So just really be intentional, be thoughtful, and, you'll definitely achieve whatever goals you want. Just, make sure that you're writing them down and you're saying, this is what I want to do.
So you got this. 2021 is going to be a great year for you. Keep saying it to yourself. Write it down. write down what you actually want to do and be honest with yourself. It's just you. You could be honest with yourself and then find someone that you can trust to share it with so that they can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
And let us know.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks. See you guys.